Welcome to today's tutorial. In this class, we'll be discussing about selectors in CSS, which is very, very important for us to know. So previously we have discussed about how to make use of the names, the ID, and today we'll be discussing about the class. How do we make use of the class selector in CSS? So let me show you the class. So let me make use of paragraph. Now lorem. You can see we have it here already. So we have our lorem here already. So let me generate more so that you understand better. Lorem. So our lorem is here already. So we have our text here. So now, how can we add the class as a selector to our paragraph? So now the first thing you need to observe is that we have a p tag here and we also have a p tag here, that is the paragraph tag. Now we have declared the property of this very p tag here in our CSS. Now you can see, unlike the name method of naming our CSS, of our selector. Now the names here, the first one we'll discuss about in our previous tutorial. Now I'm having two p tag here with different properties. The properties of this p tag is the font color is red, while the second one here is black. Now, assuming we are using the name selector here, this second paragraph tag here will also be the same as this. But since we have used the ID to make it to be unique, now the ID here has make it to be unique to this particular paragraph tag. So now let me make use of the class tag for the second paragraph. So now the class tag, let me type class. Oh, sorry, I have my cap lock on. Let me type class. So now what am I going to name this? I'm going to name it, let me name it text so that you can see what I'm talking about. Now, even if you can see both are having the same name, but it is still different. This is an ID, this is a class. Now, how am I going to change the properties of this paragraph tag here, the class tag here on our CSS? Now let me show you. These are going to change it. We say dot. So dot represents the class selector in CSS. So text this. So let me say color. Let me change it to green for you to see green. Now you see the color have changed. Now this is for the ID. This is for the class selector, and this for the ID selector. So now the difference between the ID and the class selector is the notation we have before each text. Now this is having the pound sign, while this is having the dot sign. the ID is having the pound sign or the hash sign, while the class is having the dot sign. So now this is how you can make use of the class sign in CSS. I mean, this is how you can make the use of the class tag, the class selector. This is how you can make use of the class selector in CSS. So thank you. So you can still change more properties of this if you really care. If you really care or you really want to play around with this, I can say, okay, text align. Let me say right. You see, so my text have shifted to the right side. By default, it's from the left, but with CSS property, I'm able to shift it to the other side. So now I can still add a whole lot of property. I can add the font, let me say the font family. I can change the font family. Let me use this. Let me use the area vertical. Now you see the font family is now also different from the other paragraph. So please, these are the things you need to note when making use of ID or HTML, or when making use of ID or classes. So the text, make sure that your spelling is correct, and make sure that you are using the correct notation. If it is for the ID, make sure you are making use of the pound sign or hash sign. Then for the class, make sure you are making use of the dot sign. So this is the end of today's tutorial. In the next tutorial, we'll be discussing about the universal selector in CSS. The universal selector. We have universal selector in CSS. We are going to discuss about that. So thank you very much. We'll meet again.